It's like so meta. Bro, you're so meta and you don't even know it. I'm using that word correctly, right? Meta? Scream 4 stars Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, and is directed by the late Wes Craven. Wow, guys, I can't believe it. We are on the 4th Scream movie. I'm just starting to rack up these franchises. I've done Halloween, I've done Friday the 13th, now Scream, I'm jumping over to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When does it ever end? But really, the 4th Scream is the one that I think I wanted to review the most, because I think the fans are the most divided on the 4th one. But before I get started with this review, I just wanted to remind you guys about my new Facebook group called Killer Flicks. Be sure to go and check that out. I'll put a link below. I would love for you to join the group, and we just talk horror all day, every day, 24/7. It's just horror. And I've had so much fun with this group. We started it a couple of days ago, and I'm just having a blast. So I would love for you guys to jump in there and join in the fun. But anyway, back to Scream 4. Scream 4 takes place 10 years after Scream 3 and 15 years after the first Scream. Sidney Prescott is now a writer, and becoming a writer for her, it was kind of a therapeutic thing. She goes back to Woodsboro for the anniversary. And when you know it, there are some new killers or killer on the loose to cash in on the anniversary. Seems like a pretty morbid thing if you ask me. But the first thing I want to talk about is the opening of this movie, because I think the opening is badass. It starts off like the first Scream movie, where you have these girls in the house and then Ghostface stalks them, and then you realize, oh, we're actually in another stab movie. And then they show another 2 girls and they're being stalked by Ghostface, and then, oh, by the way, we're also in another stab movie. So they go through stab 6 and stab 7 just in the intro. And I thought that was really creative and really fun. And right away you can tell that the Ghostface character is back, and he has some really fun lines in this movie.
Think of me as your director. You're in my movie. You got a fun part, so don't blow it.
What movie?
Same one Marnie's in, only her part got cut way back. But you're the dumb blonde with the big tits. We'll have some fun with you before you die.
And it feels like a Ghostface for the digital age. You know, it's been 15 years since the first Scream, and there were cell phones in the first movie, but we've come a long way. And they play to that. And it's not just the digital age that we've come a long way with, it's also movies in general. This one really deals with remakes, whereas Scream 2 dealt with sequels, Scream 3 dealt with trilogies, and this one doesn't miss a beat. It talks about remakes, and it does it in a really intelligent way. And I love how they poke fun of different genres, especially like torture porn, found footage movies. You even got a guy walking around that's pretty much a walking podcast.
You film your entire high school experience and post it on the net?
Everybody will be doing it someday, Sid.
It's kind of the one component the killer is missing.
So you can kind of see things through his point of view. It feels like a found footage element. The character I really like the most in this movie is Charlie, played by Rory Culkin. Especially in the scene where they're in the classroom and he's talking about remakes.
Well, it's a stab fanatic, clearly. Working on less of a shriekwell and more of a scream-make.
Copyrighted terms, by the way.
Because all there are now are remakes. Only horror the studio's greenlight. I mean, there are still rules, but the rules have changed. The unexpected is the new cliche.
To me, that scene was just candy. I ate every bit of it up. And I especially like how he talks about really the only safe demographic in a horror movie now is gay people. Also, another really cool thing about this Scream movie is it is bloodier than ever. The kills are really graphic, and Ghostface is vicious in this movie, to be honest. He's not playing around. And I like how he does that back and forth with Sidney, and he tells her that he'll kill her whenever he's ready to do it. So this is a Ghostface that's really just wanting to have some fun. Another character I really dug in this movie was Kirby, played by Hayden Panettiere, because she's kind of us, you know, she's a diehard horror fan. She's a horror fanatic. You know, she's not that casual horror fan. And she can just rattle off the answer to any horror trivia question at will.
Name the remake of the groundbreaking horror movie in which the villain...
Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Dawn of the Dead, The Hills Have Eyes, Amityville Horror, Last House on the Left, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, My Bloody Valentine, When a Stranger Calls, Prom Night, Black Christmas, House of Wax, The Fog, Piranha. It's one of those, right?
Also, no Scream movie would be a Scream movie without Sidney, Gale Weathers, and Dewey. It's always nice to have that continuity, to have them come back and have to deal with this massacre, again. But can you imagine how stressful that would be? And I've talked about Sidney in the past and how badass she is. And this is no different. She's badass again. She kicks ass in this movie again. And really, she's probably her most hard-edged in this movie. It's almost like she's not even afraid of Ghostface anymore. She knows how to deal with him. Okay, before I get into this next section, this is going to be spoiler talk. I assume that most of you have probably seen Scream 4. That's why I decided to go ahead and make this a spoiler review. And I actually fielded this question to a lot of my subscribers. And most of you said, yeah, let's just go ahead and make this a spoiler review. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, the final act in this movie is easily the best since the first. Mainly because of Jill, played by Emma Roberts. She was just awesome in this movie, to be honest. Emma Roberts is a great young actress. I think she's the best part of Scream Queens. And every movie she's in, she's on another level. And I really see her career going far because, like I said, she's a great actress. And she gives 110% in that third act. And it's funny because she's such a small person, but she sells it. She really comes across as a threat, a danger, a badass. And when she spouted off the Michael Myers line, I'm not gonna lie, I freaking jumped out of my chair. I cheered.
Who are you, Michael fucking Myers?
But that's just the Michael Myers fanboy in me. But really, as you know, her and Charlie, they wanted to get 15 minutes of fame, so they went through this whole elaborate scheme to become Ghostface, and in the end, kill Sidney. And is it far-fetched? Hell yeah, it is. But is it entertaining? Hell yeah, it is. Now, as far as any cons for Scream 4, I would say there are a lot of characters in this movie, almost too much, and it can become overwhelming. And also, as far as cinematography goes, this might be my least favorite. It just seems like everything is lit way too bright in this movie. Like the way my face looks right now, that's how this whole movie was lit. But in the end, guys, this is my second favorite Scream movie. I really enjoy this one. I think it gave the franchise the swift kick in the ass that it needed. But unfortunately, we'll probably never see another Scream movie because we have lost the great Wes Craven. And so I'm conflicted by, do I want another Scream movie? And if they did another Scream movie, it would probably be a remake some 5-10 years down the road. That's the way I see it. I don't think they would want to continue Wes Craven's vision with a sequel to 4. But I've been wrong before. But yeah, so in the end, I would give this a purchase worthy. So that's it, guys. We wrapped up our Scream reviews. This was a lot of fun. What are your thoughts on Scream 4? Looking forward to hearing them. And guys, don't forget to check out my Killer Flicks Facebook group. Like, subscribe, and comment. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And as always, Drumdum out.